Hello and welcome to BIMobject's Q4 product launch. And a big hello to all of you who have logged in, especially a big shout out to those early birds who have woken up or watching across the pond in the Americas. I hope your coffee is nice and hot. We are doing this event live right now, which means that you can say hello in the chat function in the bottom right-hand corner of your screen and also start queuing your questions in the Q&A panel. These questions we will answer at the end when I am joined by a special guest right here on the sofa, which is just out of your screenshot. Today we are broadcasting from a building called Slaghuset, here near our HQ here in Malmo. As an architect myself, I love old industrial buildings, and this old industrial building is now being transformed into a modern co-working space right here in the heart of the Malmo city centre. Malmo as a city itself is going through its own amazing transformation, coming from an industrial powerhouse into a cosmopolitan, technology-driven city. During the last launch, just 2 months ago from now, we introduced the new and improved BIMobject.com. And we also launched the new business dashboard, where you, as manufacturers, get an overview of your audience and how your audience interacts with your brand. Since that time, we have reached a huge milestone just last week. The year was 2011, and this was the year that the first season of Game of Thrones was released to the world, the same year that BIMobject started its own journey. Over the last 10 years, we have now amassed 100 million downloads, and we are accelerating every year on year through this trend. The demand is growing because the industry is maturing. If you have a look at some of our categories, furniture, 24 million, sanitary, 12 million, doors, 10 million, the list goes on and on. The demand is being driven from architects and engineers all over the world. This gives you, the manufacturer, an insight into the sort of work and the sort of needs that our users are driving. And a really good example of this is what software they are using. Globally, Revit is the clear outlier, but the wonderful thing about our data is don't just be fooled by this statistic. In the US, it's 85%, but in Europe, it's 60%, where Revit has 2/5. There's 2/5 of our users who use an alternative to Revit. Therefore, multiple formats are key to the European market and a really important part of the way to communicate with your customers. This data, of course, brings us to you the best insights in the world. This information tells us so many things about the industry globally. And as our customers, we present this information to you in new and exciting ways. And as I mentioned in the last quarter, we released this, the new dashboard and interface for you. And we are just at the very beginning of what values we can show you as a business. We have achieved all of this in the first 10 years. And we are so proud of what we've been able to do so far. But what is going to happen and how can we reach the next million milestone? Well, let's have a look at what's going on in the industry. When BIMobject was born back in 2011, only 15% of the European market used BIM processes on a daily basis. As of this year, according to independent research, this has now reached 44% and expected to grow sharply in the post-COVID-19 era. This is a really impressive number because you have to consider that just 60% of our planet has access to the internet, something which you and I take granted across many countries and right now are watching this online. So there is some really impressive numbers right there. Of course, we launched the new BIMobject last quarter, our next iteration, and it's bringing amazing new functionality, and there's a lot more to come in the pipeline. Sustainability data on the back of COP26 is a primary need for today's industry, and the data around performance, carbon, and global warming potential of your products is needed. BIMobjects are placing this information as the top of one of our priorities, and right now on BIMobject.com, this can be found as the top filter. Another really interesting area is mandates. We have a global BIM mandate handbook where you can read the current status of BIM mandates from 25 countries across the world, And this is a fantastic piece of work by the marketing department here at BIMobject. This handbook is free to download today, and there should be a link in the chat box right now. But enough from me. Let's talk about conversations at scale. And now we move on to Johan, who will start showing some of the new tools that enable you, the manufacturer, to start creating those conversations at scale. So Johan, over to you.
Thanks, Matthew. Hi, my name is Johan, and I'm the VP of Product Research here at BIMobject. And during my 10 years here at BIMobject, I've met hundreds of manufacturers within the construction industry, and they all ask me the same question. How do I know who's been downloading my products? Up until today, that question has been answered by a tool we call BIM Analytics. And in this tool, we allow you manufacturers to see who's been downloading and viewing your products based on where in the world they are and what they have as an occupation. Knowing exactly who's been downloading and viewing your products is of course very beneficial. But the insights needs to be put in a context where the data becomes actionable and easy to understand for you as a manufacturer. And that's why we recently introduced the new business dashboard. This dashboard represents an overall view how you are performing as a brand, and you get a quick understanding of what's your potential reach, your audience, and how you're performing compared to other companies on the platform. You also have access to other core products and services that BIMobject offer manufacturers, like being able to publish and maintain your BIM files, to be able to promote your products, to analyze your performance, and this is now all part of the new business dashboard to create an integrated user experience. So, to answer the eternal question about the profiles within my audience, I simply go to the new audience dashboard. What we now see is a curated list of all the users that have engaged within my brand, and I can configure the dashboard based on time, region, and occupation. This allows me to look at the most relevant segment for my business and understand how well my brand is performing in each of these segments. For example, if I'm interested to see how many architects I have in my audience that have downloaded a product within the last 30 days from within the United States, then similar to BIM Analytics, I can see who's currently looking for my products, where in the world they are, what company they work for, what their occupation is, and how they have engaged within my brand. The game changer here is that the data is now part of a unified workflow within the business dashboard. Meaning, I can now create email campaigns to further nurture my audience, and by doing so, I can create conversations at scale. From this view, I also have the option to grow my audience for certain products within a certain category and a certain region. And I can do so by promoting my products using search ads on BIMobject.com. But we'll talk more about that later in this webinar. So this was the essence of the new audience view. Thank you, and back to you, Matt.
Thank you, Johan. I will be talking to you a little bit later right here in the session during Q&A, so remember, get those questions into the Q&A box and we'll be right here answering them a little bit later on. Now we're moving on to discuss two topics that are actually very close to my heart, sustainability and marketing. Because as Johan mentioned, the new audience dashboard is integrated into our tool for email marketing. And by the way, for those of you who are our premium customers, this tool is available for you today. But before trying that tool, I recommend you watch this next segment. I had the fantastic opportunity to have this conversation with a customer who has already used this tool and has had some really fantastic success. Forbo Flooring Systems is a global floor manufacturer. They have over 150 years of experience. They manufacture high-quality floor coverings, such as linoleum, LVT, carpet tiles, vinyl, and entrance flooring. Forbo's guiding principle is careful use of the resources they need, and their linoleum flooring is made from 100% natural raw materials. It is CO2 neutral from cradle to grate. So now let's introduce Forbo and find out how they have utilized our new email campaigns tool.
Marmoleum, a unique linoleum floor covering made of natural raw materials, such as linseed oil, wood flour, limestone, resin, and jute. With Marmoleum, we are proud to make durable flooring, truly CO2 neutral, from cradle to gate. Forbo, flooring systems.
So welcome, both of you. Thank you ever so much for joining us here today for this product launch. And let's throw it over to Liselott. Tell us a little bit about yourself, your role, and what you do at Forbo.
Hi, Matthew. My name is Liselott, as you said. I'm content specialist for Forbo Flooring Systems. I've started there quite recently during Corona, or during COVID, as you call it. And I've been working for Forbo now for 1.5 years. And I'm responsible for helping all the other marketing teams that we support with their content marketing. So everything that's involved in content marketing in the broadest sense of the word.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic. And Saskia, how about yourself?
Hello, Matthew. Well, I work for Forbo Flooring Systems for almost 20 years now. First in a sales function and for more than 10 years on the central marketing department in, as we call it, an offline job. I was responsible for example, the production of the magazines and sample books. And in September last year, I started in a new function as one of the online marketing coordinators. And for example, I am responsible for the availability of the BIM files on BIMobject.
Really interesting there, Saskia, being at the company for 20 years, moving from an offline function to an online function, and Liselott just joining in kind of the digital content space. Really exciting. So let's dig into that a little bit. Can you tell us, Liselott, a little bit about your work? How do you use kind of digital marketing to connect with your audience? You've spoken there about content, really important aspect there. So how are you doing this? How are you connecting with your audience today through digital marketing?
Well, of course, digital marketing is it's more than just content marketing. We're working on social media marketing, so we use the different channels to try and reach our audiences. We have email marketing. We have been doing online advertising, SEO, SEA. You can name it. We're working on it.
Name it and you do it, right?
Yeah.
A lot of marketing automation now as well. I feel that you guys are definitely getting into.
Yeah, we're working on that as well. Yeah. I mean, in order to get a real good view on your customers, you need to get a 360 degree view on them and know what they're doing and on which specific touch points in their journey they have been in contact with you. And marketing automation is, of course, a very important way to have this complete view of your customer. So yeah, we're definitely working on that currently.
Interesting. Going over to Saskia then, like you're moving, I think you described it so well, like moving from offline to online, from going, I'm an architect in a previous life myself. I'm pretty sure I got magazines from you guys at some point in my architectural library that I've, and samples and how I used to specify in a very old fashioned very slow way. But how has BIMobject kind of assisted you in your overall marketing activities now as that online function, that new digital function that you now have?
Yes, well, being on BIMobject or having BIM files, it's just necessary. It's just part of the complete marketing package that we offer to our customers. Yeah, as we often have projects, governmental projects like new hospitals, new education buildings, and governments more and more are asking for better information than in the past. So a lot of them are have already decided that they will only award contracts to companies using BIM systems. So as a flooring company, we just have to be there. That's no other option. If we want to be prescribed in new building projects, our flooring systems have to be available as a BIM file so that they can be part of a BIM project. So we have adopted the BIM technology, and for almost our products, we have product pages on BIMobject. And now if we launch a new flooring collection, the BIM files have become part of the whole marketing package. That we
so now they're part of your so now they're part of your product launch.
Yes,
as such.
yes,
So it's part of
yes.
for both of you. Then it's part of that digital marketing process where not only, of course, in a very traditional way, you update your website. You may still produce magazines. I don't know.
Yes, we do.
And leaflets. I suppose handouts at trade shows, very important. But this is the other really important marketing channel for you, is to make your audience, or even people that maybe don't know about Forbo yet. We have so many users on BIMobject aware of, hey, we have this new product. And it's part of your launch process then.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's really interesting there, having that, of course, as launch. So just very quickly, from the audiences that we have, right? So we have the Forbo audience who are brand aware. They come to your website. You may have contact with them through more maybe traditional marketing processes. But then also you have the BIMobject audience. Some know about Forbo and are very kind of engaged with your brand, but probably quite a few that are not. What are the key differences between those two groups, and how do you approach those two groups? So is it the same? Is it different? How do you kind of look at this opportunity?
Well, of course, there are similarities between those groups. What I find interesting when it comes to BIMobject is that we can target different groups. So we can see what kind of profession or what kind of geological background they have, and we can target that. So in that sense, they're the same as the target groups that we have on our own media. But of course, there are a lot of people that might not know us, and we can use, for example, the BIMobject campaign to target them as well. But then then it's an awareness campaign just to get to know you better.
Well, that's one of the big. Yeah, but I guess that's one of the big kind of challenges, but opportunities as well, right? So you're reaching people who engage with your brand at BIMobject. Like, what do you see kind of the big opportunity as well as the challenges around kind of that group? That group could be very new to you as a brand. You touched very quickly on email campaign there, but kind of like presenting the data up, and as Saskia, you just talked about the BIMobjects in quite detail there. So where do you see the challenges and opportunities there in the new engaged group?
Yes. Well, I for example, I think that we have a lot of users that are familiar with maybe just one of the flooring products that we offer, like linoleum, because that's something they often use. And the way our products are presented on BIMobject. If you are in the Forbo flooring part, you will see all the other products that we are offering. So I think it is a good opportunity to show some of the not so well-known products that we also offer, like entrance flooring of our Flowtex flocked flooring systems. And well, there's also, of course, the possibility on BIMobject to do a promotion, and that's also something we will use to give some extra attention to these well, not so well-known products. And on the other hand, I also see in the lead list that we have that there are also a lot of students using BIMobject, and these are, of course, our future customers. So I think this is also a good opportunity to already let them see something or meet with all the products that we have.
So you touched there on email campaigns, which we've already touched upon very quickly here, as of course part of our conversations at scale topic, which we're discussing for this launch. What do you see with the possibilities for the email campaign tool that we're kind of officially launching this quarter, Liselott?
Shall I say something about it?
Yeah, of course.
Yes. Well, it offers a very good possibility not to get in contact with just one lead. Until now it was, we could see the leads, we could see the people that have downloaded our files, but it takes a lot of time to contact them one-on-one, and now we have the possibility to send a message to a specific target group at once. And the mail campaign also offers very good possibilities to make a selection. For example, you can choose the users for specific countries or regions, but also users with a specific occupation, or people that have downloaded one of your specific products. If you want to tell something just about one of your products, we maybe only want to have these people.
Okay, so we've spoken about the emailing campaign tool. Very recently, Forbo, you were involved in the beta, and you have used the tool, and you used the tool to send out some messaging around COP26. I read the mail. I thought it was a fantastic piece of content, really well timed to our users, and I feel that our users definitely picked up on it and were very responsive to this piece of content. What was your thinking behind that? It was beautifully timed. It was a really good piece of marketing. How did you come about it, and what was your approach to producing this?
Well, of course, COP26 is we're right in the middle of it. It's a very important topic, not just for us, but for everyone. So yeah, we wanted to share our thoughts on COP26. We've been talking to some people such as Christina Gamboa, who's the CEO of the World Green Building Council. We are one of the partners of the World Green Building Council as well. And yeah, we wanted to get the message across that it's very important and that we support the objectives that are set for the COP26. So yeah, we've used the BIMobject campaign as well to get this message across and to make it even more important, and to make people aware of it. And it worked, as you said, very well, because and I think the most important factor is that we were able to target a select group of people that we thought might be interested. So you don't have to send it without knowing whether it's relevant or not, the message. So yeah, it was pretty successful. We had a high open rate and click-through rate. So yeah.
Great. Good. No, I think it's being again, being involved in content marketing myself with the team here, not only does the message have to be good, but the message has to be timed and to the audience which is relevant. And the email campaign tool that we're launching really gives you guys that opportunity, and you took full advantage of your timing, which was fantastic to see. BIMobject is now making a concerted effort, of course, to bring that front of mind. It's our top filter right now. So the first filter that we're offering to architects is, do you want to search by products via the availability of just this data? And we see huge potential going forward, and huge demand from our audience. The architects and the engineers are asking us constantly. We need to know, the global warming potential of this product. We need to know the recyclability of this product, and it's mandated by law in Denmark and Sweden as of next year. So for you, Saskia, the work from a technical marketing point of view must be growing hugely on you and your department.
Yes, and also, we are very happy that BIMobject is now offering these possibilities to give extra attention to the EPD files, and also the possibility to mark your product as CO2 neutral. So that's definitely something that we are going to use on our product pages. Yes, as Forbo Flooring was one of the first flooring companies that made sure that we have EPD files available for all of our products. So we have this information, and now the time has come to add this information to the BIMobject platform, which will of course take some time, but we agree that this is very important information.
Okay, well that's a really good place to wrap this up, ending on the important topic of sustainability. It's been really interesting hearing both of you, Liselott and Saskia, your journey, especially around the marketing as a manufacturer, reaching your audience, and of course on the important topic of sustainability. A huge thank you for your time. We know that you're both very busy people, and we really look forward to seeing more Forbo Flooring Systems content on BIMobject and more campaigns and get advantages of all the tools. So just a big thank you from us to you. Thank you very much for your time.
Thank you for having us.
Thank you.
Thank you there to Liselott and Saskia there for that vibrant conversation. Now we're going to move quickly to present the last tool that we're launching here today. Personally, very excited about this one too, because it gives you and any type of manufacturer a really easy and simple solution for boosting the engagement for any of your products which deserve a little bit of that extra attention. Just a quick note, I was told that at the beginning of today we lost a little bit of audio. Don't worry, we captured it and it will be part of the recording. Just remember to ask those questions in Q&A. Importantly though, I'm going to hand over to Annalie. Annalie is the product owner for our suite of marketing tools, and she's going to tell you what's going on. So Annalie, over to you.
Hello, my name is Annalie. I'm the product owner of the marketing suite that will help the manufacturers to actually collaborate with the users. BIMobject is a massive marketplace with millions of users that is browsing the objects, looking for designs to bring into their drawings. Here you have a massive opportunity to be in front of the users so they actually pick you and add it to the design. So you can be a part of the digitalization journey in the building industry. Being on a global market platform has its challenges. If you're not a big player, or let's say that you launched a product that you would like to show for a new audience. But we have the solution for you. Searched ads is the new tool that will boost your content, so you will actually match your product with the right audience. Let me show you how to create a search ad. This is a made-up brand called Plants, and I select olive tree. And then I go to the regions, and then I select Germany here. Now we need to add the impression level. Will we go for 1 week or 2 weeks? And I decide 2 weeks on this. Once that is done, the customer success will call you and schedule when you would like to publish this, and also the evaluation of this. When my ad for the olive trees is published, this is what it will look like for the German users searching for olive trees to add into their design. That is search ads in a nutshell. So don't forget to try this tool and have fun.
Well, thank you, Anneli, there for that great introduction to our new tool for search ads on BIMobject. So now let's move to the last section, where I'm now sat down, been standing up for so long, joined by somebody who needs no introduction, Johan, who you've just seen at BIMobject for 10 years. I thought I'd been here a long time. Who's here to answer some Q&A, so get those questions in. But let's get going. We've got 3 questions already that have come in from our audience, Johan. So the first question is about the new audience view, which you introduced earlier today. Mm-hmm. When is this tool available? People seem to be quite excited about it already.
Awesome. Yeah, it is available already. We released everything this morning.
Great.
So if you have a customer account on BIMobject.com, you can already now log in and take part in all the new features we released.
Great. Actually, and that's kind of the next question. Who has access to that? I think I mentioned earlier it's premium customers, right?
Exactly. So for this new audience view, our premium customers have access to this and can utilize it fully already. But of course, if you're a customer on another price tier, they will get a preview. But you also have the option to reach out to their customer success manager to get a demonstration, how it works, and so on.
Good. Awesome. So the next question comes in is about kind of the next part of our group, and that's the business app. How is that connected to the email campaigns? Is there a way kind of you navigate your way through, I guess?
Yeah, exactly. So the connection is seamless. You enter the new audience view where you can do filtering and set up segments of user and so on. Mm-hmm. And then you bring that set of your audience over to the email campaign tool, where you then would create your campaign by adding your content.
Oh, that sounds nice and seamless. Mm-hmm. And the next question, we're going to jump over to what Anneli was talking about, the new kind of the search ads part of the platform. How many products can a customer promote at any one time? Like, what's the limit? What's the rules? Kind of like, how is this being rolled out?
Yeah. So today, customers can choose 1 to 3 products in one campaign, but of course, they can do multiple campaigns in different categories and so on. But the limit within one campaign is up to 3 products.
Fantastic. And what's the kind of the general feedback that we've had so far from customers? I mean, the business app was launched just 2 months ago. We're already iterating a new set of tools on that to further kind of like the experience for the customers. So like, what kind of feedback have we had? I know you've been working very closely with customers the past couple of months.
Yeah, so the response from customers have been great. Of course, it's we follow up and do customer interviews, and we really want all feedback to come to us about everything we release. But so far, it's been great, and I'm super eager to get feedback on the new things we released today as well.
Superb. So. Yeah, we do love a good bit of feedback. At the end of the day, we're making tools for you, for the industry. We're going through an amazing digitization process, so it's exciting to present those new tools. And if there's no more questions, looking over to the desk, there is a question in chat. Just let me have a look. And I can't see it. It's technical world. It's in the Q&A now. Thank you. Okay, so here's the question. How do I exactly, let's read this. How do I see exactly who is following my business page when I'm a premium customer? I would like to see names, company names of my company followers. So what do I see? How does that work?
Yeah, so today that's actually part of the new audience view. So all customers have the potential to go there and segment out the followers themselves. So they will see who the followers are when they started following, and being able to actually bring them over into email campaigns as well.
Yep. You know, a lot of our architects and engineers, they definitely favor certain brands. Brand recognition is really, really important, that experience, that information that they get. And we do find that, you know, a lot of our architects and engineers do follow brands very, very closely. And that's really great for you, and, you know, great to get customer buy-in across the board. So that's it. We just had 4 short questions. Thank you very much, Johan, for joining me very shortly on the sofa, and for your pre-recorded demonstration earlier. And that's all from us today. So on behalf of all of BIMobject, a big thank you for joining us. We'll be doing, of course, more quarterly product launches across the year in 2022. And it just leaves me with saying is that it's now November. It will soon be December. So enjoy your holiday season. Get ready for an amazing 2022. And more importantly, as we're still in the midst of the global pandemic, make sure you stay safe. Thank you very much.